Hi there, I'm Adrian. This is the Decades Challenge and we are on China Beach. This is the Vietnam era and we are here with Billy Elderberry, who I think is asleep on the beach, which is okay with me. So we are in the Vietnam era. It is still the 60s, but it's the late 60s. And Billy Elderberry's job is a medical orderly here at China Beach. China Beach in the Vietnam era is actually Da Nang Beach, which is on the shoreline of Vietnam. The American forces used this beach as both a port for supplies and equipment, but also for a place of relaxation and for medical care for service members engaged in the Vietnam conflict. So Billy here was drafted into the war. He's asleep on the beach. He does a lot of odd jobs here. He's an orderly, so he supports the hospital staff not in nursing care, but in hospital and facilities care. This is our hospital, and that is Nurse Bondier. Bondier. That is Nurse Ellie Bondier. And this is Beverly Hendrick, who is also an orderly, but she handles bodies. She prepares bodies for transport back to the US. And this is the lounge area of the hospital, also a triage zone. This is the waiting area and the minor injury area of the hospital. It's a very tiny hospital, bathroom in the back there, really just a facility. And we've got tents around here and not really sure. Oh, it's a rooster spilling water. I don't know what I've chosen here. But in addition to hospital, there's also recreation. So you've got your beachfront here. Awesome. And you've got your little stage there for entertainment. Somebody put a kiddie pool out here. And there are also bikes and games and things like that. In an overturned truck. And a little bit of leftover plane from a crash. And so you can see there's ping pong and foosball. Not sure if foosball is historically accurate. Somebody let me know. There's also a grilling area so that when troops come into this area, they can rest and relax and recover so that they can go back to the front line. So back to Billy. Everybody's generally in a bad mood because it's the rainy season here in Vietnam. And it's just gonna rain. It rains, you deal with the rain, and there's nothing that I can do about it. So yeah. Good. And Billy, where did Billy go? Oh, okay, he's talking to people here. Good. He's eating and he's talking. And this gives us another opportunity to meet people. Sasha McCall, and that's Nurse Bondier. And she's out. Okay. All right, our Billy is all by himself here, and he is not looking too happy. Billy actually is having trouble at home. His wife is not in favor of him having gone off to the war. She is just not happy with that. It's caused a schism in their marriage, bad feelings on both sides, and so... Oh, I think he just passed gas. Yeah, he passed gas there. You're excused, Billy? Oh, look at that face. He's so sad. Okay, anyway, what's he eating? Did he just finish eating frankenbeans? Grilled plantains and frankenbeans. Yeah, quickest way to get your sim some gas is to eat frankenbeans. So we got some generators out here too, just in case. Because this is a war zone, so, you know, electrical outages are a day-to-day occurrence. So, what is Billy up? Oh, what is she doing? Nurse Sasha McCall. She could be in a bathing suit. I think she should be in a bathing suit. Okay, Jasper Chan and Nurse Bondier. Apparently lying in the middle of this rainstorm is a thing these people do. Whatever. You guys do what you think is right. Good. Okay. So I have created in this world, I've used Solani to replicate Vietnam. I know that Solani is not based on Vietnam at all. It's really more based on Hawaii and vacation and happy times. But I did like the coastline of Sulani the best for this, and I liked the grassy, sandy area. Oh, grassy, sandy area that this part of Sulani provided. So we're calling this area Vietnam, and nobody's doing anything. There is the shoreline in the distance. Let's see what people are doing. Okay, Nurse DeSanti is here on the typewriter doing some stuff. Processing patients, I guess. And Bin Tai Hua is asleep on a bench. I mean, on a cot, which is fine. It's a quiet day here in the hospital, so we are not upset about that. And who's that? Oh, she's going to lay down in that bed. Okay, I guess if there are no patients, then they are okay. So I think we've met everybody here. Nope, we did not meet Scott Johnson. Okay, Scott Johnson. He's going to be fun. He is an entertainer. So he prepares visiting band. He brings talent in for concerts and stuff. And if you don't know Billy, because this is your first time here, Billy has an aunt, Angelica Johnson, who is a celebrity. She's an entertainer. She's been in the business for several decades now. And Billy, as one of her nephews, has bragged on this. So I think Scott will call Billy to task and ask him to invite his aunt over to entertain troops here in Vietnam. And I think Billy has a decent relationship with his aunt. That is something that he can ask, but it's not something that he can deliver. So sometimes bragging about, okay, she's processing death records here. Sure, it looks like she's playing a video game, but she's not, because obviously this is a typewriter. So Beverly Hendrick, who is the head of works in the morgue, and she is an orderly. She was just doing some recording. Okay, so Scott and Billy need to chat, and I think Billy is just trying to go to sleep. Ah, whatever. All right. Her job explains why she's in the wellies there. She's got some rubber boots on, and that's because she works with bodies. Okay, here we go. So are they going to chat or? Okay, here we go. Why not sing about prank day? I mean, whatever. Get to know. Oh, this is awkward. All right, I'm glad we got that out of the way. So he can talk about his favorite band and casually mention that his aunt is Angelica Johnson, who everybody knows because she is very popular, especially among African Americans. And I want to say that the Vietnam War is not the first war where service members were integrated, but it is the first war that started that way. So integration in military forces happened during the Korean War, and because of the time period, there still was a lot of segregated troops. And so integration took place slowly as troops came in, not as troops already existed. And of course, it was not a popular decision. Integration of troops by President Truman. Oh, what is going on here? Okay, now I'm just being nosy because they're having some kind of argument here. Ooh, okay. Drama there. Vietnam was the first time that troops were massively integrated. And so it was very, very likely that you would find units that were 100% diverse and functioning well and things like that. So I've tried to represent different ethnicities in this one medical unit. And I guess this would be a medical unit but it would also be a recreation outfit. So it would be mixed occupations, but I wanted to represent diverse groups of people. And I added a Vietnamese woman who is a caregiver. She's a nurse. In the early days of the war, this is the 1960s. It's not the 1970s when the war was in its, there were more troops in the war. They relied on French nuns and Vietnamese nuns who were trained by the French, and Vietnamese women who were trained by the French nuns to provide care. And they relied on them to fill positions in medical facilities during the war. And so it would be very likely that a Vietnamese woman would be a nurse at this time. And so that is her. And she is very angry. And I think she's probably going to yell at somebody else. I don't know. But yeah, let's move. Billy's asleep. And I really don't have a lot of interest in really playing the other characters. They are just here to fill out the story and see what happens. But I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to when Billy is awake. So part of the draw of China Beach is access to the water. And here is our Billy taking on a swim. And it looks like he's doing this all by himself, which might not be the safest thing. Oh, okay. There are other people in the water. Who's that? I'm curious. Beverly. Okay. Oh, Beverly. She's one of the sapphires. Okay. So an interesting bit about the sapphires. The sapphires, you can look this up on the internet, and there's also a movie, yay, sapphires, where an Australian group of women were hired and trained to be soul singers and to tour Vietnam, entertaining American troops. And they were very successful, and I've created them in The Sims. Now, I haven't exactly created them because I wasn't trying to duplicate them. I was just trying to honor what they did. But I've created a group in The Sims called the Sapphires, and I've given them all the first names of the actual Sapphires: Lois, Naomi, Beverly, and Laurel. And you can see them here in the 60s boots, those white boots. I love them, the Nancy Sinatra boots, and the short dresses. They also have other outfits that they perform in, but you'll see them later on in the story when they perform at China Beach. And so back to Billy. He's not doing anything particularly interesting. He's just swimming. That's cool. It sure is pretty here, though. Okay, I thought that was China Beach, but it's not. Okay, these guys can probably head back home now. Oh, I think they're actually nowhere near their homes. Okay, they're going to head back home now. There's Chang. What's his name? Jasper Chan. Jasper Chan. I guess he's just going to swim home. I don't know how long a swim that is, but I think I'll fast forward this section. Okay, Jasper Chan is ripped and also a cool guy. Look at that walk. All right. Okay, Billy's not feeling his best self here, probably because it's cold outside and raining and he's standing there in his swim trunks. Okay, a lot of this Vietnam era stuff is going to take place right here on blankets on the beach. It is what it is. I am winding this episode down, but I wanted to apologize because I had created some Olympic, or what I call Simlympic shorts, and it clogged up my queue. And I apologize if you were annoyed by that, but I wanted to do something really fun and something that I really enjoyed. But as I was working on other things, it was just very hard to manage my YouTube channel with 20-something Simlympics videos. So instead of having them staggered so that one is released on every day of the Olympics, I just went in and released them all at the same time. And when I did that, I accidentally released the Decades Challenge episode 95. So then I had to go back and release episode 94. So, you know, if you were paying attention, you got both of those episodes at the same time on a day that I normally don't publish. But the downside of that is it forced up my recording schedule and my editing schedule. And so you're seeing this episode a little earlier than intended. But I do hope you are enjoying it and that you'll come back for another one. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe. If you love what you've seen, please also subscribe. Forgotten my own script. Thanks for watching. Bye now.